Interfacing. Okay. So if you want to interact with a being that has a lower vibration than you, does that mean I have to lower my vibration to interact with them? Does that mean interacting with them is going to lower my vibration? No. The answer is no. Hey, it's me, Oracle Brigette, and this is your weekly energy update. And the first message for this week's energy update is on a topic of interfacing. Interfacing your energy vibration, your frequency, with others. Maintaining the quality of your own heart-centered vibration whilst interacting with other beings, even if those beings may not be heart-centered. Take a deep breath. So, you've got your energy vibration frequency, and now we also know that our belief systems directly affect the quality of our energy frequency because our belief system practically motors our free will. So, if interacting with lower vibrational beings lowers your vibration, if that's what you believe, then that is what you are setting the intention for yourself and for your experience. If you believe that you need to lower your vibration in order to interact with lower vibrational beings, then that will resonate as your truth. The belief can be a flexible thing. That's kind of interesting, but it's also a power to acknowledge that, because this is a multidimensional life. There exists a multitude of parallel timelines, a multitude, almost like an infinite number of timelines that exist. Micro shifts, different versions of your current reality, so that you can just keep upshifting and nuancing and changing your vibration in tiny ways, and your world will keep changing and shifting like magic, all fueled by what you choose to do with your energy. All fueled by your energy and the divine. And then by becoming conscious and choosing to utilize your energy in a specific way, such as becoming aware of your belief systems and actively, consciously choosing your belief systems in order to manifest your vibration. Well, that's very 5D. That's very 5D. And so, you've got your heart-centered vibration. And you become aware of a being that you want to, or you need to, or you're being faced with to interact with. I'm looking at my notes. I'm just going to quote myself. You don't have to lower your vibration to interact with lower vibrational beings. Use interfacing as a form of participating. When you maintain your vibe while interacting with another lower vibe, you uplift the energy. So you keep your vibration, you interact with another being, and you hold the belief system. That intention is set that you will maintain resonating at the heart center, innately, naturally, by vibrating and being anchored into your truth no matter what, but then also trusting that you can stay in that way while interacting with this being. It causes your energy field to interface with their energy field. They are emitting a certain quality of vibration, and so there's a grid of energy around them that is also resonating at that same kind of vibration. It's like they also have access to a multitude of versions of realities, but the ones that they're aligned with are based on the vibration that they're giving off. Well, I'm aligned with a multitude of different realities too, based on the vibrations that I'm giving off. And I'm on this love, light, warrior type of vibration. I'm on this peace on earth type of vibe. I'm on this heart-centered type of frequency. And so, when my timelines and my energy comes into contact with someone who's on some other shit, their shit gets rewritten. Mine does not. Mine is the higher resonant frequency. Mine does the rewriting. The only way a being of a higher resonant frequency could get rewritten by a being of lower resonant frequency is if you've got some kind of programming built in that allows it to happen. Your belief system is the programming. Your free will is what allows it to happen. And your belief system often programs the power of your free will, which again is the same thing as what is determining or contributing to the vibrational frequency of your energy field. The vibrational frequency of the energy field is a direct reflection of the dimension that you're resonating in. So as we resonate higher and higher, we're existing in a more heaven on earth type of reality in our present moments. So as more of us begin to activate our light bodies and activate our earth angel missions and go through life as these earth angels, we will continue to interact with beings who are living in hell on earth, and they just get to benefit. We're just going to do our light work. And I say just in a way that's kind of manipulative because it's not a little thing, it's pretty big. I say just in a way to highlight the nuanced quality of these experiences. I think that's what my human is trying to do by using that word. It's small, but important, because the way energy works is a very subtle experience, hitting the feeling body and the unconscious first. It's the language of the soul energy. And so oftentimes beings who are unconscious or lower vibrational, they don't exactly feel the energy that's coming off of you right away. They're kind of in their head or in their moment or whatever. You come in with that energy. Your conscious energy interfaces with the grid that they're shooting out, and it makes it more efficient. Zoop, 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 zoop. You don't even really have to do anything like that. All you are doing is anchoring into your heart chakra, choosing to believe that you are 100% capable of maintaining your high vibration, no matter what. I'm grateful to be in your presence. The universe has put you in my presence in this moment. I need to interact with you. It is important for me to participate in this particular experience the universe has put me in. Well, let me allow myself to interface my energy with the environment. There's a certain vibration, right? And then yours comes in. And then this vibration is never the same. It can never be the same. Once you've had a taste of like a really delicious cup of coffee, for example, you've had like the yummiest cup of coffee. Is every other cup of coffee ever the same? For me, I'm like, oh my God, what was in that? What was so good? Oh, they put cinnamon in the coffee grounds? Changed my life. I will never make coffee without cinnamon ever again. So all I'm trying to say is, as you interface your high, I didn't even drink this. As you interface your high vibrating energy with other vibrational beings, your energy is going to hit their energy fields on a nuanced level. They're going to experience the rewrites in the subconscious. They're going to feel shifts in the feeling body. But some beings that are, we say unconscious, we say low vibrational, and honestly feel so fucking judgmental. Feels very judgmental using these terms. So know that I'm even in a seat of slight discomfort in sharing these light codes. But at the same time, I feel also that I'm not being judgmental. It's just a scale of numbers. And 1 is low and 10 is high. And I'm just going to have to keep reminding myself that as I share this message. Okay. So if someone is like low vibrational or lower vibrational, I'll say, or potentially a little unconscious. I have so much I want to say here. This is beautiful. So one, they may be divinely placed by the universe into experiences that are going to assist them with raising their vibration. They're going to be divinely aligned in a way that is divine and in flow with the universe. So keep that in mind. Anyone you need to interact with, it is divine. It's divine. No point in saying, why me, when you're already there. Interface. Interact. Participate. From your authentic heart center, anchored into your truth, resonating your high vibrational truth. High vibrational energy acknowledges truth. You might be in your highest vibrational center and you may come into contact with someone who's higher vibrational than you, who knows more than you on a certain topic that you are ignorant on, who has integrated light codes that may need to upgrade you. So allow yourself to be flexible. Allow your mind to flex and stretch, and allow your belief systems to be supple, to allow air to pass through. Allow your belief systems to flex and flux and flow as you receive more information from wherever. Continue to filter it through the heart center. Does it resonate with heaven on earth? Let me filter this through my heaven on earth vibration. How is this perceived from my highest vibrational self? Does this resonate as truth or bullshit? The soul will know. And if that doesn't resonate, take deep breaths. Meditate more. One day it will. No, water. Drinking a lot of coffee today, boy. So, we're put in front of beings of potentially a lower vibration, and now we've acknowledged that it's divine. So there's no point in wondering, why me? So we interact, we participate, we interface. We understand that we don't have to worry about doing any of those things. We just present, staying in the center, doing things, whatever is needed to be done. Acknowledging that this person is going to be activating on multiple levels, and it might not make sense to the naked eye. But most of us who are here in this niche of spiritual awakening people and 5D curious people, 5D curious, I love it. We've been through a couple dark nights of the soul. We're used to energy activations, upgrades, expansions. The best thing you can do is if someone you're interacting with happens to go through some kind of upgrade or have some kind of moment that you know is something you've been through before, the best thing you can do is hold space and not need to touch them. And let me be more specific. To resonate the reflection to them of the energy that this is okay. This looks normal to me. Seeing their mind open. The thing is, words might not do it. I'm seeing a lot of us being present with other people in our lives as they question things and have their own awakening experiences. We are there to show them, I'm not going anywhere. This is cool. If they're being abusive, low vibrational, a piece of shit, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is when, okay, I'm going to now talk specifically about this experience. We're going to go deeper. So like I said a little earlier, when we are interfacing with lower vibrational vibrating beings, we are allowing our frequency to interact with their frequency. And simply by allowing our energy to meet up with theirs naturally is going to entrain with ours just by the basic laws of reflective energy. Just by laws of energy entrainment. It's like magnetic. Okay, so we remember that energy is the language of the soul. The soul and the subconscious and the unconscious mind will often receive a lot of these energies, will often be the first to upgrade. Oftentimes, our body and our mind and every single part of us will upgrade completely, and the last person to join the party to realize that upgrades has happened is the conscious mind, is like you, is me. Like the last one to realize that my body is fully upgraded, my mind has been upgraded, my energy field is upgraded, is my awareness. I'm just like, oh, hold on a second. Wait a minute. That's why it's so crucial for us to be consciously flexible in our belief system and anchored in the heart. So we're anchored in the integrity, in the soul. And we're allowing the mind to kind of flux and flow, because your mind will evolve. You'll wake up smarter. We're doing things in the dream state that are pretty out there, okay? There's a lot going on in parallel dimensions that you are participating in. You wake up in the morning. You might not remember what you did, but you're still affected by them. Like, what if you won a battle? What if you had an epiphany, had an invention, saved lives, sacrificed yourself for someone, died? And then you woke up in the morning from one of those experiences or all those experiences. Of course, a part of you is going to be changed. And that's why, again, it's just so important for us to be flexible. That's why being anchored in the mind is now considered a lower vibrational way of being. Because the heart center is where it's at in terms of being high vibrational. I'm feeling that I need to continue with this message. All right, I'll keep going. I have not finished. So we interface with this being, and they start to be affected on a nuanced level. They start to be affected on the feeling level. So they might just get goosebumps. You might see them getting waves through their body. They might start crying all of a sudden. They might have an epiphany about their childhood, about a past life. They might realize that they're being a piece of shit to you and they need to apologize. This can happen in so many different ways, but oftentimes when it comes through the emotions, that's one of those moments where we just want to hold space. If they are, it's like, some people do get triggered. Some people get triggered in a negative way because they resist the light codes that you offer. So know that this isn't the only way that people will respond when you interface with their energy. And so I will talk about the negative trigger people in a moment. So know that that's also an energy in case you're sensing that this is almost too general. So yes, there is another way that people can respond when they resist your interfacing. But some people who are divinely aligned with you, oh, by the way, no matter what, whether someone gets triggered or not, or positively or negatively, you've still interfaced and affected their energy fields. In fact, someone getting triggered, that's a sign that something has shifted in their energy body. It's just that, again, the belief system and the free will resist, and that gets really uncomfortable when the soul and the mind and the body are all there, and the only thing that's preventing it is the free will belief system. I can't imagine the agony of not having that free will belief system in line with the other three. I can't imagine the inner conflict and dichotomy that must occur. However, I have been through dark nights of the soul, and I do recall the strong, profound, searing pain of being consumed by that flame of rebirth. So I can hold space for someone if they're in that frame, if they're in that flame. Oh yeah, I've definitely hated myself before. I can resonate with what you're saying right now. Oh yeah, I've fucked up aplenty. I can totally resonate with how you're feeling right now. And sometimes it doesn't need to be said. Sometimes it's just the act of like you being there and your friend or the person that's being vulnerable in front of you as having these activations, vulnerable realizations in front of you, for you just to be there and for them to be like freaking out, and then they look at you thinking that you're going to be like, oh my God, gross, why are you being this way? Oh my God, you're so weird. I can't believe you're, ew, why are you emoting? But instead you're like, I'm here for you. Or like being a really good active listener and like being there with them, like, yeah, that's a good question to ask yourself. I'm curious about that too. Have you thought about that? How's that make you feel? Like being there with the friend, you know, I hope you guys are receiving these light codes. I'm trying to offer a lot of different circumstance-ish examples. But that is going to be the more passive way or pacifistic way that some people that we may interact with may receive the upgrades of the energy field, of their energy field, that are a result from interfacing with your higher vibrational energy. Sometimes we interface with someone and we do not witness anything in them, and we're just in our day doing our thing, acknowledging that we're in our heart center. Like at this point, most of us are able to maintain heart centeredness most of the time, which is really amazing. And the more we do it, the more we're able to. So it's really, really amazing. It's just, I'm trying not to talk too much about my personal life in these readings because I don't want to lose the energy. It's been manifesting incredible experiences in my life. And so I can definitely continue to vouch for these teachings because my life continues to get better. I promise. Oh. Okay. So some people, you're going to interact with them in life. You're not thinking about Brigitte's teaching about interfacing. You're not thinking like, oh, their energy fields. Oh, hey, Megan, I love you. We're not thinking, oh, I'm upgrading them. We're doing life, but we're in the heart center. And neither of us are like, ooh, we're interfacing. We're just doing life. But they're forever changed still. They go home and they'll like, in their own personal space while they're having a beer or just like looking out the window or something, their soul will just speak to them. You don't need credit for the people you update or activate. It doesn't work that way. We're just like planting seeds of light, whether we know it or not. And some people, the seed gets planted, but it doesn't necessarily bloom until the body feels like it's in a safe space. So they might be calm in front of you, but they might go home and cry. If they recall that you were the one that caused them to have these epiphanies, they may come back to you for support. If it feels right, congratulations. It's an honor to have people come to me for spiritual guidance. And it's an honor to feel that I'm helping and that I can help. It's truly an honor. And when I know that I have helped, and when I get the confirmation from you guys that I have helped, it's an incredible experience of feeling like I'm fulfilling my soul mission. And I'm feeling like a lot of my Earth Angel soul family are going to start to step into that kind of soul mission as well. And so I just want you to get a little excited and know that when you start fulfilling your purpose in these more higher vibrational ways, and going out on a limb and being an Earth Angel all the time, even if it's a little uncomfortable, staying in your heart center and representing what you stand for, participating in environments and not shying away. Because if you've been placed in an environment, if you're there, you interface from your highest vibrational reality. And sometimes you're from that place, it might be like, okay, time to exit. Okay, time to go. So thank you for the love in the comments. So just know, you might not witness them. They might not never get back to you. You might not need to hold space for them. People are going to be upgrading. It's not about you. Like, their upgrade is not about you. The universe just might use you sometimes to upgrade people. So now let's talk about the other thing that might happen, or that has happened to me in my personal life, and that I'm sure most of us, if not all of us, have experienced at least once. If not directly, we've observed it. The trigger, the negative trigger. When someone gets triggered. So that's what we're going to talk about next. Okay, sip of coffee, then sip of water. Okay, la 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 la. You guys ready for the next part? People get triggered for lots of reasons, and there's no way that I would be able to give you right now some kind of all-encompassing definition or explanation, so please do not expect that. But I would definitely like to dive into some of these light codes and talk about this a little bit. So I'm still on the teaching of interfacing, and I just described one particular theme or experience of interfacing where a person may have an open response to the interfacing experience, where the person will be open to expansion, willing to grow. They are willing to go with the flow of their energy. They are not, oh my gosh, it just started raining. This is really beautiful. They are not in resistance. That's what we just went over. Those are the people who are going to have epiphanies and moments. They might cry and they might feel vulnerable. They might have epiphanies when they get home, or they might just realize that they have crazy beliefs that they need to change, or they didn't see the whole picture, and it's kind of like this vulnerable experience. Kind of like, oh my goodness, kind of illumination perhaps. That's one way. That's what I'm calling like the passive, or like light. And the other way is where someone freaks out with aggression. I don't recommend continuing to interface with anyone like that. I say get out of their wrath, get out of their path. They have horse blinders. People who are negatively triggered have horse blinders. So you just got to get out into their blind spot. Literally, physically. People who are triggered are going into their animalistic state. Get out of their view. Get out of their path, and you'll be out of their wrath. Sometimes people need to trigger, because that is the manifestation of their resistance. But after they're triggered, negative trigger, we're talking about that aggression, that freak out, after that triggered experience, they feel guilt and shame. And they realize in retrospect what a piece of shit they just were. And then their heart breaks. And then they receive the light codes. And then they upgrade. So just know, again, you might not see the positive part of the upgrade. You might witness the ugly part, which is the demon coming out from within. But why did that demon come up? Why did that darkness come out? Because the person was shot with light. A bolt of lightning entered their being. And the demon said, ow, my ass! My ass! And he jumped out. And then the person, after the experience, is like, that wasn't me. And they're like, no, that was me. There's videos of me online. And then that's their moment. That's their moment where they get to face the demon. And then they use their free will. And that's their own story. What are they going to do about it? It's up to them. but that's a very fertile space for personal growth. So even if by you being in your highest vibration, love and light, not trying to fuck with anyone, staying in your lane, living your life, and God has someone come into your path that you need to interact with. And so you do your thing and you interface and they get their trigger. Just remember, I'm not saying keep interfacing into their trigger. Get out of their path, get out of their wrath. You still did God's work, don't you worry. You still did God's work. Don't you worry. You still did the universe's work if that doesn't resonate. You did your divine plan. I'm so happy I got to get that message out. That feels really, really, really good. Thank you so much for being here and holding space for me so that I could share that message. I might have more. You are so welcome. I love you guys. Remaining calm is a skill. I just read that in the comments and that really just popped out to me. If the word calm doesn't resonate, but you feel like in a moment you're supposed to be calm, I want you to think balance. Okay? I want you to think balance. I want you to imagine as if you're on a raft on an ocean. Okay? When you're interacting and interfacing with external realities, sometimes the energy fields are stormy. Sometimes the energy fields have a great distortion. But if you can already feel the energy, you're already interfacing with it. If you can feel that it's a storm of energy that is challenging your ability to stay calm, you are in the act of interfacing with another energy field already. So take your deep breath. Remember that just because you can sense the quality of another energy doesn't mean you're taking it on, sucking it in, bringing it into you. Doesn't mean it's attaching to you. If you are resonating your own energy field, if you're aligned in your center, if you're conscious, if you're being yourself, if you're consciously choosing to be conscious, yourself, heart-centered, in the moment. Your destiny, your living destiny. I feel like I was going to say something else and it kind of lost me a little bit. Yeah. There it is. Okay. So just because you can feel the energy doesn't mean you're taking it on or it's attaching to you. If, I'm saying I know this is a fact, if you are actively, consciously resonating your frequency. Have you chosen your frequency? Choose your character. Dun, 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 dun. Choose your character. Which dimension will you align with? Which version of yourself? There are many. Ooh. Heart-centered resonance. So I choose that. So that means I've infused my consciousness into my vibrational frequency. I'm choosing my frequency as best I can. Every day I get access to do it more and more. So it's not like I'm like, oh, I made it today. No, tomorrow I'll be better. Guaranteed. That's how it goes. But I'm doing my best here. I'm resonating my frequency. So I'm feeling things. But my energy is going outward. So you turn on a hair dryer, it's going this way. Anything that gets in front of the air force that's going this way, nothing is going in. Another example, a huge wave in the ocean, right? Think about the force of the wave going out. Have you ever been toppled by a wave? I'm a Floridian, so it's pretty much grew up being like half drowned my entire life in the shore. You're a little kid, you stand in front of a big wave and that thing hits you, boom, I'll smack you in the face, fall to the floor. That was no match for some of those waves. Okay, my loves? Your energy field, if it's emanating out and it's at higher vibration, you might sense the things that you knock over energetically. You might sense the energies that your frequency is shining atop of and influencing. You may feel the other grids and timelines that your energy is consciously interacting with and on an unconscious level shifting and upgrading just because of the nature of the high vibration of your frequency. Understand that that's a complex process there that's going on. And you're not taking on anything from anyone. You are just giving. You are a sun. You are shining an abundant light. And it's directly programmed and powered by your belief system. Yeah. Your belief system. So I'll remind you. If you think interacting with certain people bring you down, then that's what you've programmed your energy field to do when you're around them. If you say certain things, certain environments, certain frequencies, certain technologies, if you say they affect you in a negative way, then you have programmed your being for that. Do you guys understand the spell that I'm trying to wake you up out of? I've been trying to be very gentle throughout this live to weave the message through. Your belief system is the thing that busts through paradigms and changes the world. You are the person who will be unaffected by the thing that seems to affect everyone else negatively. Why? Because you did not let the spell affect your belief system. You chose to program your belief system to something that worked better for you. And so your energy field resonated those frequencies and aligned you with those dimensions. It can be very upsetting for some people when they realize that you don't believe any of the things that they believe. And you're healthier than them and more beautiful than them and your life is going better than them. But they don't seem to agree with anything you think and they don't like the way you live your life. And yet, you can't help but notice that things aren't going very well for them. But you can also acknowledge that they're rocking some pretty messed up belief systems. And that's definitely a judgmental way for me to say that. That they're rocking some belief systems that manifest some really uncomfortable realities. And so it's a really unfortunate way to utilize the free will, when the free will is such a power that can tune the frequency of your energy fields and determine which dimension you're existing in. Wow. All good stuff. All good stuff. Okay. I'm just kind of letting my mind circle around the light codes I've shared in this reading, in this energy update. See if there's any blanks I want to fill. I think you guys got it. I think you got it. And I actually still have more energy. So I'm going to do a reading with cards for us. I'm going to give us a bit of a more predictive reading for the next 10 days. So let me close out this video. I'm going to drink a little water. And I'll close out this message. And then I'll start a new video for the tarot reading. So your belief system is a function of your free will. And we know that our free will tunes our energy frequency and has the ability to turn moments that feel like dead ends into moments of infinite opportunities by giving us more access to expanded perceptions. As we raise our vibration, we get access to more and more expansion. So, our belief system is one of the ways that our free will is manifested. And this is a time when our belief system is now starting to be illuminated with light so that we can very clearly and consciously self-observe the things we believe and what they exactly are manifesting in our lives. And if we don't like how that looks and how it feels, then we trace it back to the source of the belief system and we upgrade the vibration of the belief system so that the manifesting result resonates more with that heart center. So take a deep breath. Sit with this energy a little bit, okay? Drink some water. Sit with this energy. Come back into communion with how capable you are. What are the changes you want to see in your life and in the world? What are the ways that you wish that you could be? You can be those ways. It's completely possible. The heartfelt dreams and desires are actual existing parallel dimensions that are waiting for you to manifest them. And how do we manifest them? With vibration. And how do we tune our vibration? With our free will. And how do we utilize our free will? With our belief system. So I hope this helps. And I'll be back in a little bit. And I love you so much.